Peace, y'all. Listen, this is my baby in the background. She has her TV up. She trying to make her TV louder than me. Okay, so I'm gonna try to. uh, Opposing elements. Me and my baby's two different elements. So she runs stuff over here. Okay, but anyways, I wanted to share something, and I've been sitting on so many gems, and that's because I've been told that I needed to rest and just keep on resting. Because I've been healing through so much stuff. I've been having the opportunity of healing, y'all. When stuff comes up to the surface, especially when you be asking spirit to um, I always be asking for like revealment, and I make sure that I stay up on my BO, like. Y'all have to be mindful of y'all spiritual BO. Y'all cannot just be out here. So each time I cleanse, I recognize, like, oh my goodness, it's like showing up and doing it. It's become so much more easier, but it's the layers that we get to sit in. You know, sometimes we be wanting to focus on forcing through to a destination, but it's not the destination. I swear, I heard people tell me this for so many like years. It's like you have to learn how to be present. And I swear to you, within the last 2 years, I recognized like being present, how much it's benefited me. And you won't know it until you know it. So I'll just get off of it. But I've been sitting in the recognition of like the layers, and I'm trying to say it without saying it. A lot of the times, y'all, we allow ourselves to be so confused on how to basically get out of it. But as I stated recently, a lot of the times when you wake up to layers of awareness, 1221, thank you, Spirit. The flip. Okay. So a lot of the times when you wake up, because listen, y'all, when you recognize that you onto it, and then it's like the numbers 1222, the numbers is speaking. All right, okay. So I'm trying to stay focused. All right, let me breathe. It's so exciting because I know what I'm on is like some dope. It's dope, okay? Healing. When you start healing and you going towards like where you want to be at in it, and then it's like you make decisions, and I feel like that's what spirit be wanting us to do. They just be waiting on us to make decisions. There's so much stuff right now that's actually showing up in revealment, and a lot of stuff could be considered as conflict, resolution type, you know, are almost like people trying to set themselves up for what they want to believe is like their next access point. And a lot of the times we be trying to figure out how to get out of like a maze or a understanding or a thought process or trying to break down certain conditions that we've been showing up in. But a lot of the time it be removing the access point. And when you recognize that and you allow yourself to like do all of your natural processes that you do with yourself normally, and then on top of that you go ahead and you remove the space that people are a thing, a system, um, an implant, an attachment. Oh goodness, it could go so many ways, and then also recognizing how many rates and levels of protection that you have over you. Sometimes we always like intentionally calling for the protection over our vessel, but it's like, are you protecting like all of the things that are concerning you, and are you in recognition that all of the things concerning you are covered and are protected? And then when you see the layers of how like you're protected and how it's showing up and how you're actually able and capable of being at the rate with yourself, and then you have the growth that shows up, and then you see how you get to show up differently in the lessons that you are actually being like given the opportunity to learn. It's almost like you get the lesson before you go through it. It's dope. I don't know. I don't know. I'm having a moment because it's like it's realization, but it's also like, yeah, we good, It's like you motherfuckers are so happy, and it's like nope. And then it's weird too because it's like now you can also see like different rates of how like I don't know, maybe I'm just talking around in circles, but I feel like people who get it is gonna be like, yeah, I'm going through this too. I've had this moment. So it might not just be me, so I'm gonna share it because I know it's like I'm not the only person. We've been healing, but sometimes you don't know if the healing is healing. Because you might still be in the space that you're healing from or healing in, or you might be still at the rate of trying to figure out how to heal towards, right? So then it's like when you start actually going through the processes, you start applying and you recognize, oh, I integrated this shit. So I conditioned the reconditioned, and I'm now at a new rate to where I program, and I'm actually not at the rate where I'm being controlled, and I'm not at the rate where I'm being utilized, and I'm not being usurped. And I was basically at a rate because somebody had said something y'all don't recognize. Like sometimes people be pulling, and some of us talk back. I talk back. I be cussing back at it, especially in spirit. And I speak back, real quick. So somebody had said something at a certain rate, and I was like, yeah, but what I recognize, oh, I started talking shit, and I almost forgot what the hell I was talking about. Excuse me, spirit. This is the air sign in me. Basically, I was sitting with it in spirit, and I was like, yes, at this point that we now get to be at, it's going to show up differently. However, when it shows up differently this time, it's not even showing up because it can't even arrive to you because of what you've petitioned for, what you've set up for, the work that you've been doing. It's not even engaging with, it can't land. It can't land. And each time they're creating, they gonna still try the same, but they not doing the same thing, y'all. And the thing that made me think of this, it be our spaces that we be wanting to get rid of. They make us want to fear, but you gotta value everything that you had up until this point. And when you value everything that you had up until this point, you can remember the things that Mima said in church. And I remember certain like things that they would say in church, and I remember how they would talk about how the devil learns from your mistakes. So it's like if you recognize maybe it ain't what we thought it was, but maybe we could apply this concept to like a thing that could be in opposition of us going towards the most rare and most precious gift, like I don't know, access to your soul. I don't know. So it's like, and it could be like this thing that's actually not cool with you wanting to be at the rate where you're in, like this driving seat with said, soul access, right? Our soul healing. Because some of us is actually healing on a soul. Do you know what that means? I don't know. It's like I don't think that a lot of people know what that means. Everybody want to call it like a pseudoscience. Ooh, healing. It's starting to become like, of course, anything that they want to make into conspiracy, anything that they want to downplay or put these little bullshit as quotation marks on and make people make it the little thing or something like that. They try to put so much of it out there to suffocate the truth. And you have to basically discern. And people get so freaked out because people don't trust themselves, or they don't trust their sources, or they don't believe that they'll know. So they'll start to go back into that hive state. Everybody has to have a collective agreement upon an idea. You can't receive something directly from source because you don't know if this has been approved. So we be waiting for permission. So then it's like when people come online like myself telling you to supersede the thing that's telling you that it superseded you, to give you the information that you're supposed to have within you, because they tell you ye are gods in the Bible, in the church, but they saying that the people outside of the church is operating on some falsehood that they're creating now because it's a wave that we're in, and they're about to basically supposedly release the true authentic information, because and y'all gonna believe this shit because it's gonna be coming from people who in the church, and it's gonna be coming from people who done went to school, and they but then it's gonna be people telling you, hey, you could go past the manufacturer and go straight to the source. You could get out of the distribution center and you could actually be right there with the plug. And a lot of us got access to the plug, not a whole lot, but it's like it's some people out here who got access to the plug. And it's things that you could do to help you stay at the state that you waking up to within yourself in remembrance. And it's fun and it's exciting, and it means so much more, and there's so much alignment in this space that's helping us, the planets and the cycles and the moon, like everything is like an agreement. It's a right now time, and it's so beautiful. I hope this message finds somebody that needed it. Peace, y'all.